Hello and welcome to the Signature Cocktail with Kyle Hammond. I am indeed Kyle Hammond, and tonight we are getting back in the swing of things, and we have some special guests. That's right, guests plural. We tonight have Brian and JJ. Hello, Brian and JJ.
Hello, Kyle.
Hello, Kyle. You my queen wave.
I like it. I'm for it. I'll do a double wave since we have two of us or three of us, two guests. Anyway, what I'm trying to say is Brian and JJ are here, and the fun part is how we know each other. I met JJ about a month ago, but I've known Brian since high school. So we met and or re-met at a reunion earlier this spring, and started talking about the show and how wonderful their knowledge is of various booze and spirits, and hit it off and wanted to have them on the show. So hey,
I also want to just really quickly jump in. Don't you want to say what number reunion it was, Kyle?
I mean, I kind of purposely left that out, but if
Ambiguous, you know.
it's over 20,
That's true.
under
And
under 40,
It is under 40.
so
Yes.
yeah,
there's
Yeah.
some math. I don't know.
21st annual high school reunion.
I guess we could say put your best guess in the description of as to when Brian and I graduated high school.
Oh yeah, that's good.
I think that's how you'll determine how hateful your audience is.
There you go.
I should have just fermented before this thing, I guess.
Oh yeah, this is
Wow, what a
is
way to verbally
very gray is when I started coming out.
Yeah.
So we were chatting at the reunion about various things, but one of the things I was fascinated by, you guys know a lot about Scotch. I don't know much, if anything, about Scotch, but you went on this whole journey through Scotch, right?
Yeah, we did. We went on a few years back on our 10-year anniversary, and we basically took a tour through Scotland, and we stopped at as many distilleries as we possibly could.
We stayed in a different town every single night, so that was pretty wild. And we went all the way up north into Skye and went to Oban. Oh no, Talisker. I'm sorry, it was the Talisker. Man, the Talisker is so wild. It has the peaty smoky Scotch thing, but it's in Skye, and it's the only one like that up there.
Mm-hmm.
We went down through like,
my favorite is the Glenmorangie, hands down.
Oh,
and that was our
last
night in Scotland, and it was just amazing. But you know, the one thing I want to share that we learned, and we heard it so many times, there is no wrong way to drink Scotch.
everybody there says that, but their eyes say something different.
I think if you ordered a $60 pour of Scotch and you put it in a Coke, you might raise a few eyebrows. But short of that, I think you can do it pretty much any way you want to. It's another whiskey.
Yeah,
Got it. For sure. I just know that I have had very little dipped my toe in the water, so to speak, with Scotch, that my little bit of experience has been just like it's too much for me. I'm not sure. So that's for another show eventually.
I know. I was going to be like, guess what we're not talking about today?
Yeah, exactly. I was like, so all of that to say, we're not having Scotch tonight.
No, but we're going to bring it a little closer to home.
And also, it should be noted, like, minus a few, and I mean a few, Scotch as a cocktail, especially like good Scotch, is not, everyone's favorite thing. I mean, there's the painkiller. Is it a painkiller or penicillin? Penicillin.
Yeah.
And I think a Rob Roy has.
There's a few. There's a few.
For the most part, Scotch you just drink straight.
Most of the time.
Yeah.
Most of them. Or with a touch of water.
I mean, if you're cool.
Yeah.
Well, I have never purported to be cool, but however, we do have some other cool drinks that we're working on tonight. What? And I see you got in front of you.
Yes. So we are going to be pulling from, this was a gift that was given to us, but it is called Here's How. And it was a book that was pressed at the Three Mountaineers Incorporated in Asheville, North Carolina, 1941.
That's impressive.
I just find it so funny that
And
even though there was a war going on, people want to get drunk.
it's true.
They made a hardbound wooden book.
That's what I was just going to say. That's made
has,
out of wood, correct?
yeah, it has what do you call these? Hinges.
Hinges.
Yeah.
Little leather straps that hold the thing together.
So we're actually going to be going from the julep section under here.
So
There's a whole section on juleps.
We're still giving you a destination vacation here. We're talking about Kentucky, not Scotland.
Right. So a quick note on the history of juleps. Juleps come around a lot, like in a very similar way to a lot of cocktails in America, especially pre-1800, in which that before it made its way into people's liquor drinks, it was being used as a tonic. So a julep used to be just sort of a floral syrup. So you would, it started off in the UK as a violet syrup. And then when it made its way to the States, it transformed itself into a mint syrup. And mint, you know, is if you've ever had like essential oils, like peppermint essential oils, you know, that all of the purported very healthy activities of mint. And so it makes total sense that snake oil salesmen would mix it with sugar and sell it to people.
Yep.
And at some point,
that's what they do.
And it's, you know, that's also like where we get bitters from, like Coca-Cola, all these different things are coming through the pharmacist, the traveling pharmacist. And then at just some point, people just got rid of the middleman and started getting drunk.
You could also get a haircut and
self-medicate. That's the best way to cut out the middleman.
Yeah. Get your medicinals on.
Another interesting thing about the julep is that it was originally a more regional drink. So we know the Kentucky mint julep, which we will be focusing on here in a minute.
Right.
But the Here's How from 1941 also gives us recipes for a Georgia mint julep, a Maryland mint julep, and the second drink we will make tonight is going to be the Brandy julep. So for fun facts, the Georgia julep uses whiskey, not bourbon, and the Maryland julep uses rye.
Wow.
So
I was just checking to make sure I have bourbon.
So basically it gives you some options based on your taste preferences.
Awesome. I love it. And you sort of hinted at it, but I put in the mint julep plus. So we're going to be making the mint julep mainly, but we're going to also do a bonus drink. And you also mentioned the other drinks. So if this all goes well, we can do a whole series for future episodes. We'll have you guys back and make multiples.
Yep, absolutely. And don't even get us started on the Tom Collinses of the world.
Oh, I mean, it just continue to flourish and make drink after drink. There's so many drinks in the world. All right, well, let's get to it. What are we? How do I do this? What are we doing?
All right, so
make the mint julep.
Brian and I flipped a coin backstage, and we've come up with the idea that I will read the recipe for this while Brian makes it. And here we go.
Awesome.
So this is sort of a funny one. You kind of need to do a little bit of prep work, which, Kyle, I don't know if you did your prep work on the recipe.
Absolutely not.
Share with you. So the first thing that we're going to do is we want to grab 12 fresh sprigs of mint and throw them into a bowl or something where you can muddle them.
By fresh, you mean straight from the store where I got them. Those are my handy dandy organic from Illinois mint sprigs that I'm going to pull out of the packaging.
Yes, absolutely. That works. Now, I grew mine.
Yeah, we grew ours on our balcony here in Miami, but you know, going to the store is good too.
Well, that's what I was good. We didn't even talk about that you're in Miami now, even though Brian and I are from Arkansas, but now you're in Miami, but you have a friend from Arkansas. Like and I'm in Chicago. Like we're just all about everywhere.
Swirling past each other, going to new places.
By the way, I have to tell you, Kyle, that was the most authentic way I've ever heard a person from Arkansas say the word Chicago.
How did I say it?
You had the real Chicago drawl. Chicago.
Like the Chicago accent or the Arkansas accent?
You had the Chicago accent.
Okay. Because what's funny is I hear from both sides that I have an accent. So People in Chicago tell me I have an Arkansas accent. People in Arkansas tell me I have a Chicago accent. I'm like, well, it all works out.
Belong nowhere. You're an agent.
I'm a man of travel. I'm a nomad. So can I use we didn't talk about this, but should I use the
You can
shaker?
definitely use the shaker bottom.
Yeah,
Yes.
I think I'm going with the shaker. The original recipe says to take your sprigs of mint and strip them down into a bowl to muddle them, but I just find it's a lot easier to put it in a shaker. It's
Right on.
keep me from spilling it everywhere. So I've got some mint here, and I'm going to go ahead and strip some fresh.
That's what I was going to ask. Do you put the stalk in or the whole?
No, don't put this. You shouldn't.
I take the coarser pieces of the stalk off, but if there's a little bit at the very end, that's usually tender, and
you
won't notice that. Especially after you start to muddle it, it kind of will disintegrate a little bit.
And the other, we haven't gotten to this part yet, but the sugar part, that's the next step, I know, and I got some questions about it.
All right. Well, let's get to the sugar. We're going to be using powdered sugar, which wouldn't necessarily be my first choice, but we are going with the archaic bullock.
Gotcha. So that was what I was going to say. Is I have what would you suggest?
I would use
don't have powdered sugar. I have regular sugar, or I have simple syrup.
I'd go with your regular sugar.
Go with regular sugar.
Because you know what simple syrup is, though, right? It's just sugar and water.
Yeah.
But what you want
that's a running catchphrase of the show that I just always say. It's just sugar and water.
Just sugar.
It's simple. But the sugar is good, especially like I would go with granulated sugar over powdered sugar, because with the granulated sugar and a little bit of water, you'll be able to create like a coarse paste with the mint, and it will bring out those oils and break it up a little bit better.
Yeah. Agreed.
This recipe uses powdered sugar, which obviously you don't get that benefit, but it does make it easier to blend the sugar into what you're getting out of everything. Like it dissolves a lot faster, obviously. So it's still really sweet what's coming into your drink.
I'm gonna say this right now, man. That mint is, whew,
it smells awesome, doesn't it?
Now it's all on my finger, and I just want to do like this.
Yeah. See, don't you feel a lot more relaxed? Don't you feel your arthritis going away?
Yeah, it's
feel
good.
Any number of ailments just leaving your body. I'm telling you,
a snake oil salesman.
I'll just throw out here that there's another aspect to the choice on sugar. So it sort of depends on what you want out of the mint. Just like JJ said, if you get a coarser sugar, then that's going to actually act more like teeth and kind of chew up whatever you're muddling in. But if you do something fine like this, I found when I did my first test and kind of practiced, the mint leaves actually held up. So the sugar dissolved, and I had larger pieces of mint leaves left over. And I'm not sure that that's not preferable for
a julep versus, say,
julep. Now, in something like a mojito, a lot of times you'll have the mint as just nearly macerated entirely. But
got it.
Yeah, so I think it depends on your taste and how much of that mint flavor you want to come through and what you want the drink to look like when you're done.
All right. So how much sugar am I putting in?
I would recommend a solid teaspoon.
Teaspoon.
I went for about a teaspoon, maybe just under. And again,
but you had powdered sugar, so.
And I think that's sort of a little bit something that you just have to practice with and do it to taste. And your second and your third one are going to even be better.
That's a half teaspoon. There's my tablespoon. There's my teaspoon. All right. Yeah, I got these handy dandy little
those are gorgeous
cup things because I've lost my spoon. Oh, there's my spoon, my bar spoon. Anyway.
Yeah, leave them on.
Hey, I like those. Did it come in a whole set? It looks like it all matches.
Yeah. I'm a big fan of the copper. I got the spoon. The spoons like I got off of Amazon, but the shaker and the various other stuff I got from my friends at Kit Bar and Supply.
Oh, very nice.
Supply store here in Chicago. They are friends of mine who opened up a bar store here in Chicago.
Oh, that's really cool.
All right, you all ready to muddle?
1 teaspoon?
Yeah, 1 teaspoon should do you.
Right on. And what did you say? Water?
Yeah, just a little splash of water, enough to help the sugar dissolve.
Got it. So just a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this is the funny thing about these older books. Everything's dashes
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
tosses and pinches and
Just a pinch, a smidgen, a little bit.
Exactly.
yeah.
All right. Let's
It
muddle
wasn't
it together.
until America got a lot more annoying that we started doing finer definitions of things. All right, so Brian is muddling the mint, stirring.
Muddling it up.
It's sort of like a butter churn.
Feel like I'm making mint butter here.
Put a little too much water, but that's all right. It'll just add to the mix.
Yeah, and I think that's good for this one, especially.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I'll muddle it up. Muddle it up. See if I can show a little bit about what's going on in there. See, this is why I need my overhead camera going. I do have my craft
it's all breaking up.
plugged in. Here's my craft cam. Oh, I didn't even show what I got for my whiskey. Here's my whiskey.
Oh, very nice. And what brand is that?
This is called the Trader Joe's brand
Yeah.
that I picked up just the other day. I haven't even opened it yet. So I haven't tried it and we'll see. But it was super cheap and
I mean, I bet you I will make you this bet. I bet you taste it.
Oh, I will definitely taste it. I'm a frugal guy and I like to taste things, and sometimes that's for better or for worse.
Exactly.
That's what they say. Cocktails are really, really indebted to frugality. All the best ones are.
Yeah.
Chartreuse.
Here we go. I've got it all muddled, I think.
So what's up
Now
now?
what?
So this is where we're going to get to play a little bit of time machine on our end. Kyle, we're going to have to just
Oh, I'm going to make it in real time with him.
okay. So we're doing two. So this is the next part. I want you to take a 12-ounce tumbler. You got your Collins. We actually have a 16-ounce tumbler.
Whoa.
I'll just pour a little less. Or not.
Yep. And I want you to go ahead and fill that. I want you to fill half of your muddled liquid down at the bottom of this. So you can kind of strain it just using a little bit of spoon, but half of the muddled liquid.
Bring it all?
The what?
Just the liquid, or am I straining it like with the mint leaves?
It says place half the crushed mint and liquid. So with the leaves.
Yep.
All right. Down at the bottom. Right?
Yep. And then I want you to put some, I want you to fill it with ice. Fill that glass with fine ice.
I'll fill you with ice.
You're on cube right now. Yep.
How do I get half of that out of there without dumping the whole thing? I guess
We used a fancy bar spoon.
that's what I was just about to say. I got a bar spoon. I'll try and half it out. I guess that's half. Putting that down in the bottom there. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. There we go. And then I'm gonna pour a little bit. See if it's about half.
Yeah. It's not, it's not an exact science. It's just got to taste good.
Yeah.
All right. So
we're just good.
Yeah. So next, Kyle, you need to fill your glass up with fine ice.
Well, here's the thing. My refrigerator has a crushed ice setting.
Uh-huh.
But it didn't do a very good job, but I got what I got.
Yeah, mine too. Mine's sort of chunky.
We'll see what happens.
But it'll work.
So we're just gonna fill it with the glass with fine ice.
All right, there's. Fill it or half full?
Fill it.
Oh, we're going all the way.
Till it hits the air.
Is that a saying?
Well,
I don't know. I've never heard that, but I like it.
So next, I want you to go ahead and put the rest of your syrup and mint on top of your ice.
Ooh, okay. All right. I see what you're doing here. all of that out of here. Ooh, I mean, it looks good. I'm already like, ooh,
It still smells good too.
It should. What do you mean
Exactly.
it looks good? Like, of course it looks good. Kyle, this is from a book.
I mean, would books lie to you? I mean, I know the
Would a
internet
book lie to
lies,
you?
but books don't
Well,
lie.
I oftentimes am worried about a book if it will lie to me, but if it has a wooden cover, I know I'm in good hands.
I mean,
Why would you make a wooden cover just to lie?
just a lie. All right, so
No,
it's in there now. What?
This is going to be everybody's next fit. Like, this is the craziest instruction from a cocktail recipe book I've ever read. Here we go. Next, pour in bourbon whiskey until a glass is brimming full. Till it hits the air.
We're back to hitting the air. I love it.
Brimming full.
I don't know what you're going to do, Kyle, but this was written in 1941.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to use a shot glass here and measure some out and just kind of get a feel for how much is going in, because I don't know if I can drink that much bourbon.
You don't want to drink 16 ounces of bourbon?
I mean, not with the second one coming.
Yeah. I will also point out he's not using bourbon.
Oh,
I'm cheating on this first one here. Well, I'm not cheating. I'm just making a quick little substitution. We have some Redemption Rye here.
Oh, nice.
So what Brian is doing is more akin to the Maryland Julep.
Yeah.
However, through magic of TV or YouTube, hold on. So let's see what you got, Kyle. How far did you go up?
I'm about to I'm gonna do something similar. I've got my whiskey or bourbon whiskey open now, and I'm just gonna start with 2 ounces, and see where that takes me.
Yeah.
And go from there. I mean, that does not look brimming full.
It doesn't.
It really doesn't.
I think another.
I think another 2 will hopefully get us where we need to be.
Oh, and the next direction, Kyle.
So
pour bourbon whiskey until glass is brimming full, and place in refrigerator for an hour or so.
Oh, ain't nobody got time for that.
And in parentheses, it says place in the refrigerator for an hour or so. In parentheses, it says, "Get behind me, Satan." So it really believes that's an important step.
It believes it's an important step, but also knows those people aren't going to wait for.
Exactly. We're not doing this.
No. Who is going to do that?
And then the final step is that we're going to take some mint sprigs. And Brian, I want to go ahead and run this under the water.
No, I've already washed it.
Oh, I'm not doing it to wash it, because what it wants is some mint sprigs that are dusted in powdered sugar.
Oh, well, that's fancy.
Oh, okay.
Fancy.
Okay.
And then
if I wet mine as well, will the granulated sugar stick to it? I doubt.
I bet it will. I bet you'll get a couple.
We're gonna try it. Just gonna do like this, see what happens. Just a little.
We're both one too.
Oh, we're gonna.
Oh, yeah. I just dumped a bunch of sugar into my drink, but I'm a sweet guy, so
yeah.
It's all about finding the taste.
Yeah.
And we got to run 2.
This is the part where I take a quick picture for the gram.
Oh, that's great.
And
do you pick one of ours as well?
Sure.
We'll get there. So, do you drink with a straw?
No.
Drink it.
I just go for it.
Yeah. L'chaim.
L'chaim. Is that what you just said?
That is what I just said.
Cheers. L'chaim. Prost.
Salute.
Wait, I gotta put this. There we go. Cheers. L'chaim. Plancha.
Salute.
What would the Kentucky people say? Get it.
There we go. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Already the nose. I mean, that's the mint is all up in there right when you get started.
It's just sweet. and minty and warm.
Warm.
You can feel it.
Warm here, not, not here. Yeah.
Right here. So we actually have
Gimme,
two
gimme.
here in front of us. We
Yeah.
did one just here with you live, and that one was I put in some redemption rye, but I actually did do the other one just before the show and let it sit in there for a bit.
And I have to tell you, the one that sat in the fridge is infinitely better.
So they were right.
They were right.
Let's see.
I don't like, maybe it gives the ice a little bit of a chance to melt. I don't know. It's a fridge.
Melt? It's the so it's in the fridge, not a freezer. So it's not
Right.
trying to solidify. Oh, okay.
Yeah, the 41 was there. Were we still in an icebox for them in 41, or did we have refrigerators?
I don't know.
Oh, see, now I'm going to say something too. I'm just going to throw this out there because I was like, well, I need because the first taste, that was all whiskey with a little bit of mint in my nose, but it was all whiskey.
Right.
I just stuck a straw in.
Oh,
Stirred it up so that I'm drinking from the bottom. Ooh,
and
boy,
it
that's a
yep.
different drink.
I'm going to take my long spoon here in the same spirit and just sort of do the same thing and give it a little stir.
Yeah, that's a whole different drink. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Not to say the book's lying.
Uh,
I think we've improved on a standard.
Yeah,
here.
well, it is interesting that the book never once asks you to stir a thing.
Yeah. It just says put it in there. Drink it.
But I have read through the book, and I know that they know that spoons exist.
They didn't have spoon.
Fair enough. All right.
That's good
Well,
too.
that is definitely delicious. So here's what I'm going to do while we make the other one. I'm sticking that
there you
in
go.
the fridge.
That's
And let's make another drink real quick.
Yep.
All right.
While we're doing this, we got to fly
This one
through
is
it
gonna
because
go fast.
the people at home want to go enjoy their weekend and
They
get on
do.
with
I mean, and they've already got a beverage now to enjoy.
And I'm doing
it. Yeah,
this
right. They don't need to listen to us yammering anymore. So what's we're doing more mint?
This one we're going to do a brandy version of what we just did. So this one calls for a large goblet instead of a glass. So we're going to get a large goblet.
And we got one. Let's do let me muddle real quick before we pull that out. And then is it sugar and mint again?
You're going to muddle several sprigs of fresh mint in a little water and sugar.
And this time I'm going to use my simple syrup just to see what happens.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Muddle the mint with simple syrup.
Yeah.
That's a clever idea.
Well, JJ, I try and be smart, but most of the time it just end up being who I am.
I find the same thing happens to me when I try to be polite.
It only gets him in trouble sometimes.
I mean, politeness can go a long way.
Got minted.
Or not.
So,
all right. So here's one with simple syrup. I'm going with simple syrup here to make sure. I'm going to go with just a cup. I'm going to go with 2 bar spoons. We'll see what that does.
Ooh, this is fragrant.
Man, that mint. Yeah. You were not like you said you were planting, or you pulled your own. We have plans to plant our own mint, but right now our backyard is in the process of all kinds of rebuilding and doing all kinds of stuff, and so my hope is to get a mint plant going very soon.
That's awesome.
So it's funny, tonight we've used 2 mints. We have both peppermint and we have pineapple spearmint.
Ooh.
So we even made a few little substitutions that we didn't tell you about.
Oh, you're keeping secrets from me.
I know after our month of intense relationship.
I mean, JJ, we've known each other for 30 days.
I mean, if I just met you at a bar, I'd expect these things, but it just hurts so much.
But a reunion somewhere in the 20 to 30 range. No, 20 to 40 range.
20 to 40 range.
Between 20 and 40. We're not going to say.
Yeah.
All right, that's muddled. What do I do now?
So we need to get a large goblet. We're just going to use our big old red wine glass.
And you fill it up again with Fine ice.
Fill it up with.
I'm just gonna use my old fashioned glass.
There you go.
How's that?
That
Is it
works. I wasn't sure what to call a goblet, so I went with this wine glass. That works. Oh, that's a cool glass.
It's Chicago. That's my Chicago glass.
I like that. The stars.
Yeah, there it is. There you can see Chicago.
Yeah, that's cool. So we've got this goblet filled with.
So just fill that with ice. We don't put the mint in first.
Yeah, no, we've got the ice in your goblet, and then to this we're going to add 1 jigger of cognac. And so we've got this bottle, which I just thought looked really cool.
Man,
so it's kind of got Panther on there. So
what kind of is that?
this one is it's kind of hard to pronounce. We listened to a advertisement. I think it's Murkov, maybe, but
Murkov.
Murkov, but it sort of looks like Meow Cow.
It really just basically looks like Meow Cow.
So we're gonna have to say, put in the description below if you know this this brandy, cognac, whatever it is, and tell us more about it.
Set us straight on it.
Yeah, good luck.
Sorry, my ice is all frozen to my other glass. I'm trying.
I was gonna say you could just do it in that glass, but we're good. Okay.
Oh yeah, that's good.
So we're doing a jigger.
We're gonna do a jigger of brandy or cognac.
And I've got this cherry brandy that I pulled from Door County.
Very nice.
Up there a couple of months ago.
Does it taste of cherry? I meant to ask you this.
It does have a hint of cherry in there. Yeah.
So you're gonna
Door
have
County is known for
kind of experience.
What's that?
You're gonna have a mint cherry experience.
Yeah, I'm excited about it.
I'm gonna make a bet. I bet this ends in a cough syrup toothpaste kind of.
Hey,
I do like to eat my toothpaste sometimes. So
I mean,
when you're just like, I just want to go, I gotta move on with you just swallow the toothpaste and move on.
I mean, you're in a hurry.
I got things to do. Come on.
Who has time for all of this?
Who has time for spit? I should have asked about it. I did a full jigger.
Yeah, do a full jigger.
We go for it.
All right. So we just pour this.
We're gonna pour that in.
Pouring it over the ice.
Over the ice.
The fine ice.
The fine ice.
Fine ice.
Yeah. And then after you get that poured in, this recipe actually calls to strain the liquid that you have muddled. So once you take a look at what you've muddled there and see if you think you've got enough liquid to pour.
I definitely don't have enough liquid.
So you can just throw a little extra splash of water in there and give it another stir.
I think I'm okay, but
I think that looked pretty good.
I feel like I could just have just a little bit more for my sugar bowl.
Right there.
Because I just put 2 bar spoons of simple syrup, which is not a lot of liquid.
Right. Yeah.
So you're saying we don't want the mint leaves.
You don't want the whole mint in this one. You're just.
No, I don't think I have to strain it. I just have to pour it because it's not, that mint is stuck in there pretty good.
There you go. That works.
I went ahead and did a little bit more because I wanted it to be mintier and sweeter for me.
Yeah. All right.
Okay. So now we're going to strain this off.
Green, isn't it?
It does.
It does. It really does offer a very disgusting color palette for this.
and then to this, you're going to add 1 dash of Jamaican rum. And I just got to tell you, we made a little whoopsie, and our Jamaican rum was enjoyed about 2 days ago.
It was enjoyed. That's all you needed to say.
But a quick dash of Jamaican rum will give it a little bit of zip. You know what? I know what I want to put into this.
You have a substitute that we're going to go for?
Okay. Now, when you say a dash, do I just pour it?
I think so. Yep. I think you just do a little.
Or do I do one of these?
Yeah, sure. Yeah. Give it a little controlled dash.
A controlled dash.
I'm going to go ahead and just add a dash of Angostura bitters to give it.
Oh, yeah. That looks good. I think you did that just right.
Yeah. I'm going with Angostura bitters dash.
That's good.
I like an Angostura bitters dash too.
Yeah, I think that this will give I think what we're looking for is a little spiciness.
And then this recipe does call for stirring it. So after you've added your dash of Jamaican rum, you're going to stir it and then dress with fruit and a few sprigs of mint dipped in sugar.
Ooh.
So this one you are allowed to stir.
And it's a little difficult for my goblet of ice.
We have a lot of ice in this goblet, not as much liquid. Oh, but we got there.
I didn't have any fruit.
And then, well, you've got your cherry brandy that you use.
Right. So it's already, it's sort of inherent. It's embedded.
It is. It's imbued with the cherry.
We have some.
We got a couple of
frozen pineapple.
Yeah, a few pieces of pineapple is going to go in ours. And this one you can drink straight or you can serve with a straw.
Well, see, I had the last one with the straw, so I'm going to drink this one straight.
Go this one. We're gonna reverse it
since I stirred it up. So stirred it up with the Jamaican rum.
And since he worked so hard, I'm going to try it first.
It only makes sense.
All right, Slancha, cheers.
I
smell the cherry.
Cheers. Oh, wow. I taste the pineapple.
Yeah,
that is delicious. This is
I'm glad you like yours because I like mine. They're different but the same. And wow, that's good.
Yes.
We're one, but we're not the same. Oh, shoot. Copyright.
Don't tell nobody. Oh, man. So, yeah, that's I definitely don't have a toothpaste taste.
That's cool.
It is, but I have the little bit of the mint, a little bit of the cherry.
Yeah.
And the rum, like you said, it's just a little spicy, just a little bit of nuts that's there to hey, how you doing? Good.
Exactly.
Something.
Just gives you a little nudge. I like this. I'm telling you, I like a Kentucky mint julep. I mean, you hear my accent.
But
the Kentuckians.
But this is a good julep. This brandy julep is a good julep.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to watch how I made that again and make that again.
Do you want us to take a scan of the recipe book page from the recipe book?
Yeah. Well, and I'll put it I'll put it into the show and put it on the socials and the thing, and we'll make it part of the whole shebang.
That's awesome. That's great.
Well, gentlemen, let's let these people go and enjoy their weekend. I'm gonna not cheers with both drinks. I'll just stick with this one for now and say cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
Have a good weekend. Thank you so much for joining, and have a good weekend.
Thanks, Kyle.
Thank you, Kyle. Oh, we're supposed to do a 1980s sitcom and pause.
There you go. Awesome.
It's super fun.
This was fun.
And that's how we wrap. That's cut.